Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you my all-time favourite autumn-winter makeup look, which I'm really excited about. It's the makeup I'm wearing right now, and it's such a pretty look for this time of the year with this gorgeous berry lip, and I just love it. So I'm really excited to share it with you. If you do like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for lots more beauty content every single week. And let's get started with the tutorial. So my skin is moisturised and ready for makeup, and the first thing I'm going to do is prime my skin, and today I'm going to be using my e.l.f. Prep and Hydrate Balm. So this is actually a really cool product because it is a balm primer instead of a cream silicone based primer, and the primary goal of this primer, pardon the pun, is to hydrate the skin. So it's a lovely soothing balm product that you twist up, and I am just going to use it over my skin. I'm going to avoid my nose area because I find if I do have a little bit of shine throughout the day, that's the first place I will get that shine, and I don't really want to add to any shine with a hydrating primer. So I'm just going to roll it on the skin, and it's really cooling. It's lovely to use. I'm not entirely convinced if it makes my makeup last longer throughout the day, but it's a really lovely product to use, and I think it really helps with hydrating my skin, which is very important in the winter months. So I'm just pushing that into the skin. So I'm going to apologise now for the light. I'm using natural lighting, so I'm sorry if it changes a little bit throughout the video. So for my foundation, I'm going to be using my Bourjois Healthy Mix foundation. It's really, really good coverage without feeling too heavy on the skin. And I'm actually going to mix it with my NARS Skin Optimal Brightening Concentrate. So this is actually a little tester. It's a really lovely serum to wear underneath your makeup. I'm going to actually mix it in with my foundation to give a really subtle brightening effect. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of the serum on the back of my hand. To be honest with you, that's probably a little bit much. And then I'm going to put a couple of pumps of my Healthy Mix. And then these lovely two products. I'm going to take my Bobbi Brown Full Coverage Face Brush, and I'm just going to mix the two products together. And then I'm going to work it into my skin. So like with all foundation, you want to make sure that you actually put it on in quite thin layers. I think the main problem people find with the foundation is if you put it on all at once, that's when it looks really heavy and cakey and like you've got a face full of foundation. So I think the sort of more cautious you are when you apply it, the better the result. So once I am sure that is blended in really well, I'm just going to take a little bit of the product that's got onto my lips off. And so my lips are ready for lipstick later. I'm going to pop some Carmex on them, just so that has time to sink in and start working while I do the rest of my face. So I got this Carmex, it's the Peach Mango Burst flavour, I guess you'd say, from ASOS. I've never seen it before in Boots. I normally get like the cherry or the strawberry one. It's so delicious, it tastes so good. If you are looking for a new Carmex flavour, this one is delicious. Okay, getting distracted. Moving on from foundation, I am going to conceal, and I'm using two different concealers today, both at drugstore. This is my Maybelline Anti-Fatigue Concealer. It's the lovely one with the spongy applicator, so I'm just going to twist it up, get some product onto the sponge, and then pop it under my eyes. Back into my Bobbi Brown foundation brush, and then really gently blend it in. I am really loving this foundation brush. It is fab at giving you a really natural finish to your foundation and your kind of face product, so I'm really loving using it. It makes everything so easy to blend, and I find that some foundation brushes take a lot longer to blend products in, and this is one that gets it done so quickly, and it makes a massive difference when you're in a hurry in the mornings when you have sort of like no time to do your makeup. It makes a really big difference if you have brushes that get the job done way faster. That's all blended in, and then I'm going to move on to a second concealer. Now this is new to me. I literally picked it up yesterday, so I'm going to see how I like it. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the colour 10. I'm hoping it's quite similar to one of my favourite drugstore concealers, which is of course my Collection Lasting Perfection. I'm going to go around my nose, a couple of dots, down my nose, and on any areas that I think I need it. And then back into my foundation brush to blend it in. Okay, so first impressions of the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, very first impressions. It's really nice, blends really nicely. I don't think it's as high coverage as the Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer. Really nice and creamy and quite easy to blend, so hopefully I'll continue liking it. So onto contouring, I'm going to do a bit of a cream contour, and I'm going to take my Revolution cream contour palette, which is very well loved as you can see, and then I'm going to take the top colour and do a little tiny bit of contouring on my face. And to do that, I'm going to take my Real Techniques contour brush. So it's a little pointy brush, dip it in and dot it under my cheekbones. Don't worry, we'll blend it out. Tiny bit on my forehead. I'm really not sort of a massive fan of a very strong contour, so I'm not going to go crazy with this. Time to blend. So to do this, I'm actually just going to use the same brush. I'm going to take off the excess product, seeing as I didn't use very much, on the back of my hand, and then I'm going to use small circular motions to blend it out. Onto bronzer, I am taking another new product. This is the Collection Gorgeous Glow Brick Bronzer. So it's got a really nice shimmery palette with lots of different shades in there. And I'm going to take my Sigma Soft Angled Contour Brush, and I'm going to swirl it in a 3 motion on my face to give me a bit of colour. Now I'm actually going to take a little bit of this on my cheeks where my blush would typically go, because I'm not going to use blusher, because I think with the lip and the eyes it might be a little bit much, so I'm just going to use a little bit of this bronzer colour just to give my cheeks a little bit of a touch of a bronzy shade. I think blush might be a little bit too much with the lipstick that I'm going to go for. I'm going to just finish off with a little bit of highlighter. Nothing too fantastic, because that Collection Brick Bronzer has got quite a lot of shimmer in it already. And I'm going to take my Revolution, this is the powder contour palette, and I'm going to take this highlighter just very subtly on the high points of my cheekbones. And to do that, I'm actually going to take a big fluffy brush. I'm really liking using a big fluffy brush to do my highlight, because I find that the finished product looks much more natural, which is something that I always really like to go for. So I'm just going to swirl it in to this silvery highlight colour and pop it on the high points of my cheek for a really, really natural highlighted look. And then take it over my brow bone. Again, this isn't very precise because it's fluffy, but I think that gives a really natural look. You don't have too much product on your brush, which I don't have to worry about the fact that you're going to be highlighting the whole side of your face because of the size of the brush. So I'm just getting that really natural highlighted look. So on to my brows. Now, nothing much changes with my brows. I don't know about you guys, but once I find products I like for brows, I don't really tend to change them. So I'm just going to brush them up and through, and just to brush them through, I'm using my Goof Proof brow pencil by Benefit. So hairs out of the way. I'm just going to brush them up and through. I'm going to take my MAC 266 little angled liner brush, and I'm going to be using MAC Amiga. This is one of my go-to brow routines, I guess. Just going to fill them in. So once my brows are filled in and done, I'm going to go on to set them, and I'm using my e.l.f. 2-in-1 product, and this looks really gross because it's been very well used, but it's a great product. It's a clear mascara on one end, or it was, I'm pretty much out of it now, and a brow gel on the other, but you can use either to set your brows because clear mascara works just as well as brow gel because they're pretty much the same product. So I'm just gonna set them in place. So by brushing up and through, again, nothing changes here. So my brows are set in place and done, and I'm going to move on to my eyes. I'm going to be using a bit of an oldie but a goodie. This is my Naked palette. This is such a classic beauty lovers palette for very good reason, because it is fab. So today I am going to be starting with a little bit of Virgin, and I'm going to take it all over the lid for a lovely bright base. Big fluffy brush. I'm just going to take this is an angled big fluffy brush actually. I'm just going to take the colour all the way over my lid. I might zoom you in so you can see a little bit better. So I'm going to take my Real Techniques base shadow brush, and I'm going to take Sidecar, and I'm going to take it in the outer corner and work it over the lid. Right up to the crease to give kind of that lovely metallic-y finish on the eyes, which I think is perfect for this time of year, and it works really nicely with a bold lip. And just wing it out slightly. The pigmentation on Urban Decay eyeshadows is so amazing. They're just some of the best. I'm gonna take a big fluffy clean brush and go over the edges. Just so there are no harsh lines. For a little bit of crease contour, I'm gonna go into, my goodness, I think I'm gonna take Naked. I was thinking about taking Buck, but I think it might be a little bit too dark. I'm gonna start with Naked, and then if I feel like I need a little bit of a stronger crease, I'm gonna go into Buck, but let's start off with Naked for a little bit of a contour color. I'm gonna take this Real Technique 201 brush, so they're short bristles and it's a domed shadow brush, so it'll give you quite a precise application. I think that is just dark enough for the eyes. I'm glad I didn't go with Buck because I think that would have been too strong for this look. So I'm going to go back into my clean fluffy brush and blend the crease shade out. I feel like I want a tiny little bit more of a pop of Sidecar in the centre of the eye, so I'm just going to take a tiny bit more and just concentrate it right in the centre of the eye, just so I get a bit more of that shimmer. I'm going to quickly curl my lashes before I do some eyeliner. And for eyeliner, I'm just using my Rimmel London Wonderwing eyeliner. So this is actually not one of my favourite liners, it's kind of just the one I picked up first from my drawer today. I don't particularly find it that easy for doing cat eyes, but seeing as we're just doing a simple liner look with no winged out portion, I figured it would be quite a good one. So I'm just going to do a really thin line very close to the lashes. So line is done. I'm just going to do a little bit of shadow under my eyes, and for that I'm going to take a little bit of Naked. Ooh, that's the one. I'm going to take some Naked underneath my eyes to very subtly line them, and I'm just going to take a small fluffy brush for that. So onto a bit of mascara now. I'm using my Maxfactor Masterpiece High Definition Mascara. It's really great for a sort of everyday fluttery lash look. I'm really sorry about the lighting change in this video. I'm using natural light and the sun keeps going behind the clouds, so that is why the light keeps changing, which I'm very sorry about. I don't really like a lot of mascara on my lower lashes. Use a different one to my top lashes, I mean, and today I'm going to be using my Maybelline The Falsies Push Up Angel Mascara. I find the applicator really good for lower lashes. So onto the main event, and that would be the lips, and I'm going to be using my Maybelline Colorshow Intense Velvet Lip Crayon in the colour 310. It's a really gorgeous, like sort of reddy, purpley berry colour. So I'm going to use this straight from the pencil. So it does look messy, I'm going to refine it. So I'm going to take a smaller lip brush, so I'm going to take a little bit of the colour straight from the bullet and use it just to tidy up the edges. And if you go over the edges of your lips like I did, it really doesn't matter. Just take a little bit of tissue or a cotton bud. If you're taking tissue, just wrap it around your nail so you've got a fine sort of sharp edge, and then just run it right next to you. So I didn't use liner for this look. Sometimes when you use liner with darker coloured lipsticks, it can look very much like you've just drawn a pair of lips on your face. So I just used it straight from the bullet. So I'm just going to be setting my skin with my e.l.f. finishing powder just under my eyes and around my nose where my makeup tends to wear throughout the day. And then to set all of it in place, I'm going to use my Collection Prime and Ready Dewy Makeup Fixing Spray. This is a really lovely fixing spray actually. It kind of leaves a lovely dewy finish on the skin and makes it look very natural. So I'm going to shake it up and just spray it on. This is my makeup look. I really hope you guys liked it. To be honest with you, I am not really one for wearing a bold lip. I normally stick to neutrals and nude lips, but I love this colour for this time of year. It's perfect for the winter months. It's that pop of colour that I think everyone needs. It's a great way to make sure that you're having fun with your makeup and switching up your look. And I'm telling that to myself as much as anyone, because I really need to branch out of my comfort zone with my neutral lips, and I think this look is perfect for doing that. I really hope you did like this video. Please let me know what you think of this makeup look in the comments down below, and I will see you next week with another makeup tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!